Realized when I was picking out my wardrobe choice today, I picked out a Ben Simmons jersey, an Australian-born player. So I'm kind of on scale for both teams here.
A 76ers wearing an Australian jersey. You got both sides covered for sure. So that's good stuff. But yeah, we really don't know much going in. So you guys pretty much have just as much experience with this team as we do. So should be a fun night of basketball. So we'll catch you back up for the game time. We're gonna have both anthems playing tonight: the Australian anthem and the USA anthem. So we'll catch you up for the starting lineups and the tip-off. So we will see you then.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we got for now.
You're watching Elder Basketball on EH Sports.
Live at the pit.
No, I know we may be a little biased here, Greg, but I think that was probably one of the coolest moments we've had at Elder. And I think our anthem was a little bit cooler, but it was pretty cool to hear the Australian anthem.
It was pretty cool.
In person. I never thought I'd really be at a sporting event where that would happen. So pretty cool all the way around. Great to all with the prayers. Also much appreciated.
And now every Elder basketball player gets a free Northeast Bushrangers beanie.
Wow. As if Plano wasn't cool enough. You get a cool beanie too.
Oh, yeah.
So now we got to focus on basketball, Greg. And who are you looking for tonight? Really show out. We saw Cam Williams and Drew Murphy were the two real stars of the game last time. So who are you looking for tonight?
Honestly, I'm seeing the same thing from those two. I think they can still light the lamp. I think they got the momentum going, kind of carried into today. Hopefully Brown has a good game. He had a good game on Tuesday. Sorry. And honestly, I don't see a ton of height on our other squad to fight him. They do have a lot of athletes, though. I've seen the warm-ups. You got guys who can finish, guys who can shoot. See what happens.
Now, for those that weren't with us, either on hand or on the stream at the Cintas Center, Carson Brown, 11 points. 9 of them came on three-pointers. So Carson Brown really expanded his zone to the perimeter shooting-wise. So let's see if that is a trend that continues tonight.
Yeah, that is not something you saw last year.
Not at all. It'll be Thomas Briggs, Carson Brown for the tip. We're going to get a stoppage for a tucked-in shirt before we get underway here.
Did not know refs enforced it like that.
Carson Briggs for the tip, and we are underway from Elder Memorial Fieldhouse. Zach Goodikins corrals the opening tip. And we are underway. Carson Brown will start with the ball on the outside, gives it over to Drew Murphy.
Good number 11, Thomas Briggs on Brown. Might be a mismatch there. Doesn't seem like the biggest guy.
Panthers really trying to find their staple at point guard that they really haven't had all year long. As Drew Murphy drives left hand in the lane, his layup too high off the glass, and here come the Bushrangers. Quickly up ahead, look like they're going to run a little bit in transition. Loud cheering section tonight for a non-conference game, but
real loud.
As Monroe is rejected at the rim, Sam Whitmer met him. Bushrangers will have it out of bounds.
I mean, at this point, they're really just feeling each other out, trying to figure out who does what.
Monroe on the outside. He'll pop the three. Back iron missed, no good.
Never going to make a shot. Never going to make a shot if you hesitate like that. Never, ever, ever.
Carson Brown got moving before the ball was there, but it was corralled by Sam Whitmer. Bushrangers come out in a kind of a modified man look. Tyler Johnson on the right side finds an open Carson Brown at the top of the key.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of switching. These guys are all kind of similar heights.
Goodikins thought about the drive, decided against it, kicks back out to Murphy. Now it's Goodikins at the top of the key. Panthers, we saw the trend of last game was the slow possessions. Looks like they're going back towards that trend today. Goodikins, nice left-hand drive into the lane. His shot off the glass is good, and the Panthers have the first points of the ball game.
Zach's really been showing his prowess as a scorer.
We're going to get a travel in the backcourt. First turnover of the game for the Bushrangers.
That reminds me of the famous Russell Westbrook travel when he holds the ball in the backcourt and just walks. It's about 7 steps. Basically same thing there.
Ball quickly brought in. Carson Brown kicks it out. Tyler Johnson for 3. Front iron missed, no good. Drew Murphy, good rebound. Tried to throw it off an Australian defender. Unable to, and the Bushrangers will have the ball. Thought it might be a moving screen in the backcourt there against Zach Goodikins. Not called by the referee. And Northeast will have the possession. Driving the lane by Polden, who lost the ball. Here comes Goodikins. Kicks out to Murphy on the left side. Murphy thought about the mid-ranger, decided against it. Carson Brown, foul line extended right, kicks into Tyler Johnson. Brown, cross-court pass. Murphy drives baseline. His two-pointer is good.
Really makes up that miss he had in the first possession there.
Drew Murphy scoring is a theme that we've seen come to know pretty well early in this year. Knew it pretty well at the Cintas Center a couple nights ago.
I feel like his baskets really start our momentum. I mean, once you see him score, it's like, wow, maybe I can score too from the other guys.
O'Sullivan will pull the 3, and he hits. The first points of the ball game for the Bushrangers, and they are on the board. 4-3 Panthers. 5:20 left here in the first quarter of play. Brown at the top of the key going against a good defender in Briggs. We saw him in pregame. A lot of just easy hops. He was dunking the ball with ease in pregame. Reminds me a lot of Carson Brown. Carson drives into the lane right-handed, switches over to his left for the layup, and it goes.
Briggs seemed almost like afraid to put a contest on that.
And a nice contest on the inbound by Zach Goodikins, able to force the turnover on the Bushrangers.
Now, I just said Zach's showing his prowess as a scorer, but he can't let you forget his defense and his energy. He's jumping on him right away with that inbound.
Now, we're going to get to the names of some of these Bushrangers players in a little bit, but just absolutely fascinating. Some of the names you just would never see on an American roster, so it's pretty cool from our perspective.
Some of them are pretty normal, too, though.
Whitmer pulls the three, and he hits. Sam Whitmer, his first points of the ball game come from a long-range tray.
You can say it's a bit different than making a shot in an empty gym.
Quickly up ahead, Bushrangers. Shanahan drills the layup. And the Bushrangers pull within 4. Carson Brown held the ball too high. Ball was tipped away. Sam Whitmer able to gather the ball in the backcourt. This team does play with a lot of physicality, as we've seen in the early going so far. Good cut by Tyler Johnson into the lane. Trapped into the bucket. Tried to wrap around with his right. And the layup is good.
Just using those long arms he has, just get around that defender. Can't do really anything about it except foul him.
Shanahan, nowhere really to go with the ball. Now he's trapped on the baseline. Zach Goodikins, good active hands, able to get the steal in the backcourt. Here comes the Panthers again. Sam Whitmer in transition. Kicks out. Drew Murphy on the right side. Didn't take the three. Kicks it over to Sam Whitmer. He'll take the three now. Short, but rebounded by Zach Goodikins. He'll take the mid-ranger. That was short. And they're going to get Tyler Johnson on the push. I mean, offensive foul against the Panthers, and it'll go the Bushrangers' way.
Zach's been really active this game already, making some defensive back-like catches and breakups on the passes, as well as scoring. So maybe it's his night. This
is more of an adjustment for us, Greg, on the TV side of things. This is the first game we've done on an actual video broadcast in a while, so still having to adjust from the radio to broadcast.
Oh yeah.
Good Panthers pass in the backcourt again. Unable to get the goal, but you see it's been a trend all year, the pressure that the Panthers have been putting on opponents, especially with the press.
Even last year, the press was just so dangerous for other teams. Unless you practice against it, you're not going to be able to break it.
Oguche with the ball, one of my favorite names on the team. Love Oguche. Bushrangers, really just a true motion offense. Pass was lost by Todd Teeman out of bounds as he took his eyes off it too quick. Bushrangers will have the ball. 2:40 left here in the first quarter of action. Driving to the lane. Found its way out. Ainsworth in the corner. Airballed the three. There's a foul call on the Panthers.
He really wanted that ball. And he was screaming down there in the corner. You can hear it from up here. And once he gets the ball, it's not a very pretty attempt.
So great for those that don't know at home. This is just no normal opponent, as past couple nights the team has spent the night at a Panthers player's house. So as the ball, errant pass thrown out of bounds, it'll be another turnover for the Bushrangers. Players spent the night at elders players' houses and broke bread at the same table, so a lot less intensity in this game, but a lot more camaraderie being shown on the floor tonight.
I like to classify this in FIFA terms as an international friendly.
It's a good steal by Harvey up ahead. His layup is good.
One thing this Bushrangers team is really solid on is the fundamentals. I mean, they just look like well-oiled machines out there when they're playing basketball.
Good cut into the lane by Sam Whitmer. His layup with a little English on it is good for two, and the Panthers lead it 13-7.
we were seeing a lot of English from both sides in warm-ups, but Sam to break it out first.
Pass by Iguche into Harvey. It was a foul called on the Panthers. Panthers picking up a couple fouls in the early going. Second foul for Cam Williams, so he'll take a seat pretty early on in this ball game. Not really what the Panthers wanted to see so far today, as Cam's really been the shining star of this young season.
He's having a great season so far, and it's a shame that he has to sit out so early in the game.
Good defense again by Zach Good against almost forced another turnover. Harvey hearing the air ball chants.
Can't do the weasel chant anymore, so you got to find an alternative.
Teaming on the right side, kicks over to Brass near the logo. Panthers offense trying to find a little bit of a rhythm. They scored 13 points, but just really haven't felt like they've got the rhythm down so far today. Brown thought about the three, decided against it. Looks like it'll be another slow possession for the Panthers as they try to get something going. Good drive by Sam Wimmer. Kicks it across. Carson Brown missed the front. Rebounded it by himself and went up for two. Just as I say, it's going to be a slow possession. Carson Brown gets it in for two.
I mean,
ball was lost by Oguche, and it'll be another turnover on the Bushrangers.
I mean, he just does what he usually does when he's the tallest guy in the court. Basically plays volleyball with the ball. If he misses, gives a little set right back in the basket.
Didn't quite work against the team from Fairfield on Tuesday night, as they had to say they were the biggest team we faced so far overall as a team would be quite the understatement. They weren't just tall, they had some muscle on them for sure.
They had a guy taller than him, and then they also had a guy around his height, maybe a little shorter, but he could jump.
Carson Brown will pull the three. Back iron miss, no good. Saw Carson go 3 for 3 from the three-point strike last game. Unable to connect on his first one tonight. O'Sullivan kicks it out. Monroe on the right side finds a cutting. Got a number on that guy. No good on the layup. That was Skalick on the layup. Bad pass. Turnover for the Panthers. O'Sullivan kicks it over to Monroe for three.
That's just one of those plays where guys get lost in the fog, going back and forth between possession.
10 seconds left for the Panthers. One last attempt. Scratch that as Sam Whitmer, an ill-advised drive into the lane. Offensive foul on Sam Whitmer on the charge. That means the Bushrangers will have one more opportunity to score before this quarter concludes. It'll be Oguche in the back court, inbounding with 5.4 left. Finds Monroe, guarded heavily by Grady Wall. Oguche will get the shot off before the buzzer. Too strong.
Not something you want to do in Elder's gym.
Especially right in front of the cheering section. Not ideal. That'll do it for the first quarter of action. Panthers lead 15-10. You're listening to Elder Basketball on EH Sports. Welcome back into Elder Memorial Fieldhouse, where it's Elder 15, Northeast Bushrangers 10 at the beginning of the second quarter.
One little thing I just noticed there at the end of that huddle break, Coach Harp getting some action. Newly acquired piece on the coaching side, being a player for us last year.
And
he's shown his prowess down there, giving the guys a little tip at the end. I want to see what that is.
Many of you may remember Andrew, a quintessential part of the team last year, was huge in the success. As there's a quick turnover 2 seconds into the second quarter, the Panthers force. Big part of the team last year with Sean Keller, the dynamic duo, as most referred to him as.
Andrew and his brother Zach, both Zach class 18, both being key members of that top 10 most 3 points made in Elder history.
Well deserved for Andrew, as I mean, he put on an absolute clinic last year.
Same thing with football too. He's an excellent receiver for us.
We're on the right side, tried to find Johnson, unable to. Really a solid man defense for this Bushrangers squad. Drew Murphy will pull the three around the rim and out.
That's 2 missed threes from guys we thought were guys we had as sharpshooters the other day.
Monroe on the outside, guarded by Brown. Major size mismatch. Kicks it out. Shanahan for 3, no good. That'll go out of bounds. It'll be Panthers ball.
Now, I know in overseas basketball they use that different basketball, that like FIBA basketball. They use it down there, Northeast Bushrangers.
I'd have to imagine it's not the same ball as we use here. I'd have to imagine. I'm not sure if it's
I wonder how bad of an adjustment that is. I mean, I guess they've been playing around the U.S. lately, so they don't have a problem with it, but I wonder how much different that is.
Carson Brown, a lot of contact underneath. Wanted to call, didn't get it. Drew Murphy pump fake the 3. Went in for the runner, no good. Rebounded by Tyler Johnson under the basket. A lot of banging going on down there, and he goes up for 2 and finds it. Yeah, I think it's definitely an adjustment on the basketball side of things, but at the end of the day, ball is ball, as I say.
It's all leather.
It's all leather at the end of the day. You got to put that ball in the round, as is a 2-pointer for the Bushrangers. You got to put that ball in the round hoop at the end of the day. That doesn't change around the world. Drew Murphy tried to drive baseline, kicked it out. Carson Brown, he'll drive into the lane. And a good runner by Carson Brown.
That's tall man finish right there.
Nice steal by Drew Murphy. Kicks it over. Tyler Johnson, wraparound layup is good. A timeout, Bushrangers. The Panthers have all the momentum right now. 21-12, 6 minutes left. Panthers lead it. You're listening to Elder Basketball on EH Sports.
Live at the pit.
We welcome you back to the Elder Memorial Fieldhouse, where it's Elder 21, Northeast Bushrangers 12. A fourth of the way through this second quarter of play, and a lot better second quarter. First quarter was pretty good for the Panthers, but the second quarter really shown their dominance so far.
I mean, it's a good game so far, but really what's getting Elder over the edge is just the height advantage. I mean, we got guys with longer arms, taller bodies.
Full court pass was stolen away by Carson Brown. He was fouled in the backcourt. Not a smart foul by Connor O'Sullivan.
With the back to the height thing, I mean, Brown's just been setting the ball into the basket basically on a couple of those plays, and then Tyler Johnson just using his long arms, getting a couple good hook shots that no one can block, really.
Drew Murphy will run the point now for the Panthers. Crosses the timeline. Carson Brown playing a lot more on the perimeter. We saw him play more inside against Fairfield with the occasional step-out 3, but playing a lot more 5-out basketball are the Panthers. Carson tried to drive into the post. Looked for a cutting Murphy. Was tipped out to Wimmer. Panthers will readjust. Good drive by Zach Goodikins. Was able to get off a shot as he was fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Good move by him there to just flail his arms up as he comes through the lane, make sure the ref knew it was a shot.
Zach Goodikins really surprised us with his shooting as a whole this year, much improved from last year as he really didn't take a lot of shots. His first free throw was up and good. But he's starting to get more confidence with the mid-range and the three-point game. Really helped this Panther squad as they're looking for more scorers as the year will drag on.
I mean, honestly, just scoring in general. I mean, he wasn't really much of a scorer last year, more of just a defensive energy guy. He's still got that same exact defensive energy as well as getting some points.
The second one rattles in. The Panthers out to a quick 11-point lead early in this second quarter. Panthers, good trap in the backcourt, led to a steal by Zach Goodikins. Up ahead, Carson Brown. A lot of contact, no call.
Wow.
Wanted a call. Look right to the ref.
I'm not going to lie, he just got mugged.
Shanahan drive baseline. O'Sullivan in the lane, and wow. Foul call on Drew Murphy. Cheering section does not love that one.
We saw a lot of no-call contact in that Fairfield game on Tuesday. Similar thing here, except the other way, not the same case.
Check that. That'll be Tyler Johnson on the foul. That'll be his second. So two fouls for Tyler Johnson in this first half of play. Might get an early substitution. O'Sullivan's first free throw is up and good. And we'll see Cam Williams come into the ball game for Tyler Johnson. So Cam Williams playing with two fouls. The two Panthers in foul trouble. We'll swap for one another.
Cheering section doing something different here, instead of just creating the white noise that they usually like to do. And
it's off in front of the rim.
The stroke that thing Cuzzo works this time.
Man, we heard that a lot at the Cintas Center on Tuesday night. As Carson Brown will pick up the offensive foul, and he is just not happy.
Little lip between him and 13.
A little lip between him and the ref as well, as Carson just not happy with the consistency from the ref right now. He thought he got absolutely mugged in the last possession, which we couldn't really disagree with. Quickly up ahead by the Bushrangers. Zach Goodikins able to tip it off. Where Papa? I don't know. I can't. I need a little help with that one, Greg. Number 25.
I won't help you, but I will forgive you.
It looks like Where Papa. Larry Papa.
Wara Papa.
That sounds right. We're gonna go with it because nobody at home can tell us we're wrong because they don't know either. They don't have the roster. All right.
There might be some Australian people listening in.
If there are, we welcome you into the Elder broadcast, and maybe you can call into the show and help us, please.
We apologize for any misconception.
If we're
of our
offending
knowledge.
anybody, we sincerely apologize. Whitmer at the top of the key looking for something to do. Panthers offense pretty stagnant so far. It's just able to find some cutters during a long possession to really help to build the early lead that they have right now.
This is what killed Fairfield last Tuesday. I mean, just the long possessions get guys impatient, make them jump, then take advantage.
Whitmer will drive into the lane, spin around jump shot. No good.
The one thing Elder does have to do in that offense is not be impatient themselves. Not saying Whitmer was there, but
Zach Goodikins' good active hands tips the ball out again. And Panthers have really been thriving, getting their hands into passing lanes and into dribblers' pass all game long. It'll be pulled and throwing the ball in for the Bushrangers. Ten-point lead for the Panthers halfway through this second quarter of play. Good drive by Ainsworth, gets the two. Whitmer guarded pretty heavily by Polton, able to get rid of the ball. Finds his way to Drew Murphy at the top of the key. It'll be Zach Goodikins now. Panthers trying to run a set play. Finds a wide open Sam Whitmer. I think he was almost surprised by how much space he had.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that can get to you. I mean, we've seen players like even Carmelo Anthony, another famous clip in the NBA, him just absolutely airballing a layup because he was a lot more open, or a lot less open, rather.
Ainsworth lost the ball. But it will be a foul called on the Panthers. We're going to see the first appearance of Ryan Brass in the ball game for the Panthers, along with Todd Tiemann will be the subs.
Todd Tiemann, one of my sleeper guys, one of my dark horses on the JV team back in the day.
Dark horses.
Still getting some, although his minutes are more limited than when he was on JV, he's still making a lot out of those minutes. Same thing with Brass, being a junior.
Cam Williams, good driver to the ball game. We're gonna get a block. Cam Williams, the sophomore stud, as we've named him.
No sensation, just stud.
No, we don't want to go too crazy.
There can only be one.
I'm ready to crown him some games, and some games not quite. But I do, as Cam Williams, an inadvertent elbow caught a Bushrangers player, and he is in visible pain on the court. But that will be Cameron Williams' third foul. Lockie Harvey is the injured Bushranger, and he is in a ton of pain.
Bushrangers team a little dumbfounded by the booing. But sometimes those swinging the elbows don't even look like they hit the guy, but then you look at the court and there's blood all over the court.
Refs will have a meeting near center court to talk about any flagrant activities, but I doubt they'll come up with anything. Looks like it'll just be a common foul.
Shout out to trainer Nate Herdeman.
Quickly
on the case with the ice bag almost immediately.
Wow. We're going to get a flagrant foul on Cam Williams. Shot to the head. And the cheering section absolutely despises that call, and I got to be honest, I think we do too.
Coach felt not sure what to think about that either.
I just don't understand how that could be anything malicious.
Maybe they have, I don't know if there's a rule, but maybe if it is hit to the head, it has to be called, but I've never seen anything like that occur.
I mean, Cam is just trying to clear space on that, has his dribble picked up. I mean, that's just, there's no way Cam meant to do that. There's nothing malicious behind that.
No chance he ever meant to.
It did cause a bloody nose, but I mean, if there was any excuse of home cooking, I think that's been pretty dispelled so far today. It's been quite the struggle for the Panthers when it comes to the refs today, but got to flush that out. I think that's a pretty poor call on the referee's part, but if it is one of the rules that they have to call flagrant on a hit to the face,
so
be it. But I don't see the ruling behind that one. Gucci in the backcourt kicks it over. We do not have a number 2 on the roster, but they have a number 2 on the court. Driving the lane by Ainsworth, good right-handed drive. And it cuts the Panthers' lead to 4. So just like that, you blink, the Panthers' 11-point lead is down to 4.
Number 2 is Eli Reed on the junior varsity team as well.
Sam Whitmer open for 3. Good pass from Todd Tiemann. Way too strong by Whitmer. Stolen away by Tiemann in the backcourt. No good on the layup attempt, but rebounded by Ryan Brass. Brass tried to drive baseline, kicks it out. Grady Wall pump fake the 3. The mid-ranger. A lot of contact, and he gets the and 1.
And he is electric. He is hyped.
Grady Wall loves it.
Weighted one.
We said it wasn't going to be as intense tonight, but we may have spoken too soon, as both teams playing with a lot of fire right now.
It was almost like a little friendly match, and then all of a sudden we bring our own energy. Any call that the Panthers don't like, the Panthers will turn into energy, period. Don't forget Tiemann Steele at the beginning of that, start that drive. Seems like every time I talk well about him, he does well.
No good on the free throw, but the Panthers are able to get the loose ball that the Australian team tried to save. Now it'll be Panthers basketball, another possession. Ryan Bass on the outside. Grady Wall seeing a lot more minutes in his senior campaign so far this year. Came into the Fairfield game for a couple minutes. A foul on Franco Gucci. That'll be his second foul, the 15th foul. on the Bush Rangers.
Oddly enough, I saw that right as the play developed off the ball there. That was definitely a clothesline. Coach not very happy with it, trying to get a different call, but definitely a clothesline there.
Ryan Brass. And it just
got hip thrusted.
The Bush Rangers defender hip thrusted himself right into Ryan Brass's personal space.
That's all we're going to call it.
It's all. A hip thrust and a foul is called, and the Panthers, that'll be a 16th foul on the Bush Rangers. Panthers now in the bonus. Team on the right side. Trying to find Brown inside. Carson just not loving all the contact going on right now. A lot of contact, and we get another call. Ref starting to see the contact the Bush Rangers imposing on the Panthers offense. 1:23 left, 25-19. Panthers lead it. Carson Brown will go to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Some of the players almost laughing, like 11 Briggs, they're laughing after he gets called for that foul. Maybe that's don't mean to ask questions. Maybe that's maybe that's not a foul down under.
Well, I've heard a lot about people being pretty tough, so that probably explains it.
That's true.
Carson's first free throw, no good. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and it'll be Bush Rangers basketball. It's been a problem all night for the Panthers. Missed free throws. Really killed point opportunities. Oguche will have the ball on the outside. Kicks over Monroe. He'll set up the offense. Briggs under the basket. Undercut by Todd Tiemann on the steal. Up ahead quickly, Carson Brown. Good dribble to evade the defender. High off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Zach Goodikins out to Jake Rudemiller, and the Panthers will be able to set up an offense. Under a minute now in the first half of action. Jake Rudemiller will pull the three now. No good. Carson Brown tip up. Tip again. No good. Zach Goodikins brings it down. His layup is no good. And just a comedy of errors on that possession for the Panthers. Unable to come away with anything on about 5 shot attempts. Another good steal by Todd Tiemann. Straight possession. Panthers have it. 26 seconds left. Good no-look pass. Todd Tiemann. Carson Brown, 4-2.
I swear Todd can hear me down there. When I'm talking well on him, he starts doing well. Seems like every time I say something about him, he starts to turn up.
10 seconds remaining in this first half of action. Bush Rangers going to have one more opportunity. Monroe kicks it out. Ainsworth, his three-pointer. Not sure if it was deflected, but it wasn't even close. So that'll do it for the half. 27-19. Panthers lead. A good first half of action. We'll send you over to the studio for your halftime show.